Good morning and welcome to the VSA Morning Miner. It's Friday the 22nd of July. London's a lot cooler and the mining sector is still pretty busy. Paul, how are you today?
Yes, that's a good summary, I would say, as well, for how I'm feeling about the day so far.
Good stuff. We've also got the UK government has announced a critical metals and minerals strategy this morning. Looks like there's a big focus on Cornwall, but given how excited we are about what's going on down there and also in the northeast with refining of critical minerals, good to see that the government is taking note of what's going on and the number of new jobs and companies that could benefit from this.
Yeah, and it be helpful, I think, too, for us in order to be able to point out other places that otherwise wouldn't be able to participate or otherwise support the initiative, I guess. That's kind of one of the jobs I'll be looking at helping to do with the podcast in coming weeks and months as well. Since it's good for the UK, it's good for the environment and the climate change, and it's definitely would probably be good for us as well.
Yeah, and I mean the UK's laws in relation to mining are pretty archaic. They didn't get the overhaul that oil and gas did in the middle of the last century. And certainly, support packages and stimulus aren't there. So if that is going to start to be rolled out, then that's very positive.
And I think we'll be able to present some ideas too that might be considered pretty controversial to some sectors of the economy or of the perception around the climate initiative, but we're happy to do it.
Okay, I'll leave that as a surprise then. Should we get into the news? Let's start with completion of the fundraise for G Silver on the TSX.
Yes, that's Guanajuato Silver, Shanghai Mining Club participant here, the Mexico new silver producer based on the TSX exchange. They have had a successful fundraise of equity placed at a price of 33 cents Canadian on subscription receipts for a total of $10.7 million US. And that is specifically in order to make the payments to buy the Mexico assets of Great Panther, which is also listed on the TSX, which includes operating mine and at least 3 other facilities. So it would significantly boost the scope and scale of Guanajuato Silver in that district.
Yeah, it's a pretty exciting deal. Obviously, quite tough at the moment with the silver price having dropped a little bit, but over the last few days, metal prices seem to have been showing signs of a bit of a reversal. But as far as the asset purchase is concerned, there's clear synergies between these assets to create a sort of hub spoke model, and I would imagine do a lot more than these companies have been able to as separate entities. We'll be updating in due course now that that's closed. Benchmark Metals also provided an update. Paul, what's the news there?
Yes, that's right. Benchmark, the TSX listed explorer in northern BC on the Lawyers Gold Silver project specifically, and this has to do with an update on exploration drill targeting 2 new areas that they haven't previously tested that have been discovered by rock chip sampling and in grid sampling otherwise. These areas called CODA, KODAH, and Round Mountain. High-grade gold, silver shown across kilometer scale anomalies at surface. have similar characteristics to those they've already drilled further to the southwest on their property position, which has resulted in these big multi-million ounce deposits they've discovered. So this is essentially the groundwork in preparation now in order to drill those two targets specifically.
Yeah. Okay. Let's finish off with full year results from Yellowcake.
Yes, that's right. Yellowcake, the uranium stockpiler that's listed on the London Stock Exchange. Annual results for the year ended 30th of March. 203% increase in the value of the yellowcake that they hold in inventory to US 100 or $916 million as of the 31st of March. Profit after tax for the year was US $417 million, and that on the back of an 89% increase in the spot price for yellowcake over the 12-month period of this statement here to over $50 a pound. They had also raised, as part of that profit, $236 million in new capital in order to purchase more yellowcake inventory. So they're feeling pretty positive here. We've seen some nearer term weakness in the spot price but of yellowcake, but I think there is a perception and sentiment in the marketplace now on a global basis that we have to have a stronger and more resilient uranium nuclear power sector, and that's where the uranium goes.
There we go. All right. Thanks, Paul. We'll be back next week.
Very good. See you then.